Welcome back to the I Want Her Shoes podcast. And today I'm really excited to have one of my favorite guests. Well, let's just say the favorite guest and the first guest who was on episode 1. And episode 1 is still the number one downloaded episode. I think at this point we've had like 500 downloads.
Wow, so that's fantastic.
Which is amazing. Congratulations, Nicole.
Thank you.
We had a really fun conversation, and now it's time to follow up on that conversation. So put on your most fabulous shoes and step into my closet for a take 2 with Chef Nicole Votano.
So happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here, and let's first talk about you remember how we mentioned the Louis Vuitton Café?
We did. The last time that I was here, I promised you that I would get you to go there, and we were very fortunate that you had your business trip that I was lucky enough to tag along on.
Yeah, this was just like the week before last. So, and Nicole surprised me with a text when I was landing to the, what was it, LaGuardia, I think, right?
Yeah.
And you said, we're going to the Louis Vuitton Cafe. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even really bring anything to wear, but we'll figure it out. That's like what I thought. That was like my
She did right away was, what are we wearing, was the thought.
Yes, and then we basically, the Airbnb hotel, which was actually really great, but it wasn't ready because we were there.
That's right.
Early.
Oh my God, I totally forgot that. Yes.
So we had to go change in the bathroom.
Yes, we did a quick outfit change in the restroom, which was an individual. It wasn't like
it was a really small bathroom.
It was an interesting bathroom, but we did it. We opened our suitcases. We got it together. We fixed our makeup.
We did, and there was an angry woman knocking.
Yes, there were
half of the time.
People. Then there was another bathroom.
There was.
Just gone.
Yeah, but it was, a fun New York experience.
It was, and we got all dressed up, and what was really cool was that since I didn't know what time Anna was gonna have, I kind of like waited till the last minute to reach out to my friend who is the chef there, and he told me that they were gonna be closed for a private event that evening, and I was like so disappointed because I really wanted to take her, and he said, just come by and you can sit at the bar. So we literally had the whole place to ourselves. We had a drink with actually one of my other great friends, Jacqueline, who lives in New York, met us there, and this was the first time that they met, two of my fun fashion friends that love to shop.
Yeah, it was such a fabulous experience. The drinks were out of this world.
Other level, really, and the bartender was really superior.
Yes,
I thought.
And like everything, he showed how they make the little sign, how they make the little like imprint, and ice cube. And
he did.
I'll post something. I haven't posted my part about it, but I was planning on talking about it.
And we had an amazing chocolate mousse cake.
Yes, it was super amazing experience, and just the whole store is like museum. If you haven't been, definitely go. Every floor represents kind of a different era of design.
Yes, and they have different photo ops on each floor where you can take a picture with like the pattern, that some of their most popular patterns over the years, and there were some really incredible pieces. There was also a cool pool table that we were like, wow.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there was some, and some amazing like storage boxes too, like for jewelry,
I die for that.
For shoes, for purses. Those were just so beautiful. So yeah, it was amazing to be there, and would love to go back. And I found a pair of sunglasses that are on my wish list now. So.
Oh yes, those sunglasses were fabulous for sure.
Yes.
I remember those trunks. There was a movie when we were young where the people, they got in like a plane crash or something, and what saved them was these Louis Vuitton trunks. They held on to them and it made them float.
Was that like a product placement situation?
I would imagine, yes. Early days of
that
product
is like
placement.
Very expensive product placement.
Yes, and it's so funny because I remember it all these years after, so it worked.
Do you think they actually floated? You are gonna drop them in the water.
I don't know. I think we're gonna do some research and get back to you guys on that.
Yes, and see if it's sink. What do you think? Sink or float, Louis Vuitton luggage?
Yes.
Maybe I'm sure there was something out there ready for this.
I bet.
So yeah, that was a really fabulous experience. Really grateful not to have waited, what is it, like a year to go there. And yeah, but I mean, definitely get on the list. It's worth the wait. And if you can get in, check out the store and the chocolate area as well as another thing worth mentioning.
For sure.
The peanut butter and like the Nutella is selling for what, like $3,000, $5,000.
Yes, I think some of it you can't even get there anymore. That you can only like buy it on second.
So it's like one time taste. Like you literally, I guess you don't really eat Nutella that often, so it's like a little taste here and there.
I would be surprised if most people even open it. To be honest, I think it's like goes in the closet.
Yeah, but how long does I mean, obviously this.
Something like
how
that
long does it last?
Yeah, many years.
Well, how many?
Something like that preserved. I bet you
a decade,
that like
can we eat it later?
I don't know. Do you think that you could use Dolce and Gabbana shoes 10 years later?
Definitely
Similar
not.
question, I guess. You'd have to test it out and see. Maybe if you didn't open it for 10 years, that wouldn't be good or something.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have like bacteria growing inside it.
I think they have it pretty sealed though. Yeah. Those things are done in like a special they're vacuum sealed. I wouldn't be surprised if 50 years later you could open it and it would be fine.
Well then, hey, invest that money because then you could resell it probably. And
it's a collection
piece, yeah. Put it with your shoes, next to your bag.
Right.
Just don't let your kids get that because that would be really bad.
That would happen.
Oh my God, Mike. The two boys, they would go right in there and figure out how to open that and eat it right
1,000%. They're like the most expensive. They have caviar case. You can imagine.
And then they would be like, we want more of that, guys.
Exactly. I love that.
So, yeah.
By the way, I love your nails this week.
They're
very fab. You'll definitely have to do a close-up for people.
Like it's like
I love that
vibe.
Very Miami Swim Week.
That's what I was
coming
thinking.
up.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about that and why it's so relevant to Miami and kind of the culture here, the people here, all the, kind of the different things that happen here. And this is Swim Week, I feel like kicks off kind of the season of summer, right? In Miami.
Definitely. And it's interesting because this time of year you start to feel in Miami starts to get slower. People start going maybe up to the Hamptons or the Berkshires, or if they go abroad, they go for the summer to Europe. Exactly.
Or they go down like to South America. So there's a lot of places.
Exactly. But so I think it's interesting that this really is kind of the last big push for Miami before people go a little bit on hiatus for summer. And I think it's amazing that we're in the place where Swim Week. I mean, where it would make more sense to have that we wear a swimsuit all year long here.
Yes, even that. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you.
I could potentially have something underneath, but yeah, not during the week, but during the weekend, I usually have something because the kids always want to just go to the pool.
Right.
So just have something in. Always on.
Yeah, I think it's probably the place where it's most often hot enough to be able to wear swimsuits. So I think it's cool that they do that. I would love to go and see one of these like runway shows where they do it like over the pool and they have that plexiglass so it looks like they're like walking on the water. I'm excited to see what they're going to show this year. I saw that metallics are very in. Obviously,
fringe.
Animal print is also.
Yeah, animal print, metallics, fringe.
Fringe, yes. Cool. Bright colors are always in.
Like lingerie like stuff.
Oh, of course, because it's the same as that whole naked thing.
Yes, exactly.
Right
like the lace stuff, like the more.
Looks mesh kind of. I saw that where like you can't see through, but you can get a tan through it. Have you seen that?
Yes.
So you don't get lines now. My daughter loves the lines. I remember being that age too and like wanting to have those, triangle tan lines. But I think at our age we prefer to have no lines. The point is to look like it's natural. Plus, we don't want the wrinkles that comes with
all of those things that come with the sun. So wear your sunscreen.
Yes, for sure.
But yes, let's talk a little bit more about the trends that we're gonna see. I mean, we've been saying like. We talked a little bit about the naked trend and the lingerie trend. Definitely. Or there's the other trend where like the skirts are longer and things are more like kind of private and they're more preppy.
Yeah, I think like this type of a look, a lot of they're showing a lot of things like this. I think there's kind of a contrast going on similar that you're seeing in politics where like the right is very right and they're dressing like the part, like the very kind of Chanel tweeds and maybe like tennis skirts or like a blazer. You're seeing also a lot of menswear right now, very covered up, like truly menswear. Some of the outfits I think that Kris Jenner has been wearing lately,
very like incredible. That's a very great example of that menswear.
Yes, and I love that she changed her hair to go with it too, so she has kind of like this slick back bob and like a very big tie in the center. I love that.
And we saw that at the Met.
Definitely.
So yes, I feel like that is going to be...
Makes sense. It's all part of the trend that Anna Wintour, sets in motion.
Yes, exactly. And I think it goes with the politics, as you said, which is kind of cool. Because I don't know
if
I mean, maybe they think about that. But I think here they were thinking more about a different thing.
I think for women, it's really a big thing right now with the suits. Like you were wearing that amazing power suit the other time when we were in New York, and I saw
the pink one.
I've seen you wearing also, you have that, I think
the black
blue,
one,
right?
I have a pink, I have all kinds.
And I think that it's really, women we're going through a moment right now where we're like really still, what's so crazy to think that we're still trying to push through so hard, even though like, of course, we are the superior sex. So much. But so I think we're dressing more kind of on that business look sometimes, just to like lean into our power and say, like, I'm going to wear the same thing as you and I'm going to look better than you in it, and I'm going to feel like a boss because I'm acting like a boss, and it empowers me to take that on more. But just as much as that, I think you can wear like a really sexy slinky dress and just throw a blazer on over it, and that can be very sexy too.
No, I agree. I think there could be a hint of that. You don't need to go like full power suit.
Exactly. I love that you can kind of
do that every day. Just put a jacket on and that
I love a blazer to just throw on over things.
It gives you like a very different vibe. Or if you put a cardigan on, it gives you that, like that little preppy vibe.
Yes, it's true.
With the pearls.
It's true. Thank you.
I love
These are my mom's pearls.
Yes, and pearls.
I like to channel her in this closet, I guess.
Yes, you could do so much with pearls. You could mix them up.
Yes, totally.
Unless they go with everything. I think they're
It's so true. I love that.
Yeah, so no, I think there's definitely something to that. I think in Miami, we're definitely seeing more of the naked, like, leftness here. But we also have the rightness, too. There's a lot of, and I think on the right side, we see a lot of plastic surgery as well. Like, we see a lot of kind of same looks, and I think that's been trending too.
The face, the face is all starting to look a little bit the same.
Yeah, with like the really big lip injections and like
and the cheeks a little bit too high a lot of time. The jawline too, sometimes it gets a little too square when they do that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of trends. It's interesting to see how we see that with the politics. I wonder, like, if we didn't have that in the office, what kind of trends we would see with the left, because I think it would just be no plastic surgery and just BB creams and
it's interesting,
maybe like more natural vibe,
and there's new I think there's a lot of new really cool like things that you can do for aesthetics that aren't like fillers or Botox. There's like this new thing that's called the Morpheus, where it's a machine that they use on you and it kind of like regenerates your skin, so you're not having to like pull yourself tight to look like what's not your face. You can just kind of regenerate what you had before, and I think that they're making a lot of advances in that.
That's better, because why would you want to look like somebody else?
No, of course you want to look like your best version of yourself. I mean, the same way that clothes makes you feel like that, right?
Yeah, 100%. And then I think as far as trends go for the summer, and past these trends that we talked about, what else are we going to see, really?
I think like a great way to talk about this is to look back. So after our fun Louis Vuitton, we were walking around the city and it was pouring rain. So we had to pop into somewhere, and there was a Zara right there. And it was really cool to see, you pointed them out to me more than anyone, is literally she was like, this is from this runway collection, and you can get it here.
We
and
saw
then
a lot of aquatics, a lot of florals. We saw a lot
the nautical,
of
fisherman core
stuff. Yeah,
we saw a lot of florals like this.
Which I got this there actually. I really like it.
We saw definitely the satin
the satin skirts. We saw a
sure.
lot of metallics, right?
Yes,
Like
we saw tweed also.
Tweed, yeah. I mean,
so it kind of brought these. I found it really interesting. Zara had like the trend from like all the way the spectrum, right? From the
runway to like streetwear,
exactly.
You know,
and also from the see-through to the preppy. You know, they really. They're not boxing themselves into one.
We noticed that things are more expensive,
much more expensive.
Yeah, definitely.
Very interesting. Even in a more middle price point store like that, it's definitely, we notice it to be probably about 20 to 25% up, and we were saying it must be from the tariffs.
From the tariffs for sure. But again, I feel like the quality
seemed better though.
It's pretty good. I mean,
maybe because some of it is also being made, with more consciousness.
Exactly, with more consciousness, and also I believe a lot of the stuff was made in Spain, and maybe they're going to use more.
It's a different, right?
Spain versus China because of the tariffs, right? So we'll
yes,
see. And then also, I know Portugal they use like some other places in South America. So
right.
There's definitely I feel like they're one of the smarter brands. I think the way they do this.
I was impressed with the quality more this time. I thought that it was more expensive, but it seemed like it would last longer also. Yeah. So I was glad to see that. Yeah. At least you're a little bit like get what you pay for. Sometimes you pay for it even if you don't get it. With certain brands.
Yeah, I know, and I feel like Zara is also one of those brands where like sometimes you'll see something and somebody will be like, oh, that's actually like from Zara, and you're like, what?
Right. Yeah.
Really?
What year is that?
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know, because they always go with the trends, right? Like
they really do.
Like it really.
And you said it was just from like a week before or something that Anna noted how fast they turn it around. Actually.
Yeah, I think they have insider information.
Of course, you would imagine. Yeah. So, I mean, actually, for the high-end designers, like it is good for them when they do this because it just brings their trend more into the forefront.
Yes. Yes,
kind of like just like the Walmart Birkin situation.
Oh yeah,
the same type of thing like that. Where like, yes, it's because people want it so badly that now they had to create something that looks like it because people want it so badly and they can't get it.
Yeah.
Did you see the pictures from what's her name? Jeff Bezos, the one that's marrying Jeff Bezos. So like before the wedding, they went with Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian and Katy Perry. They went to Hermes shopping, and they took them to that private garden that's been a lot in the news right now that like almost nobody ever gets to go in.
Well, they get to go.
Of course they. I'm sure they spend enough to go in there.
They've been there a few times already. Okay.
It looked beautiful though.
So they just go and like pick up purses off trees? Is that what happens with it? Take anything you like.
It's a great photo.
We'll set you a bill later.
Right, exactly. Those are the kind of people you can do that with.
Yes. Oh my God, I want that one that's all with little diamonds all over it. One I'm taking.
I love it.
No, I mean, I probably would take the more practical one you could actually use.
Yeah, of course. It should be something you can
closet and a little.
Well, I guess it's when your closet is big,
already full,
it becomes like a museum.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? A little truly, exactly.
A tiny little bolt, and there you can have your $1 million bird.
I'm sure there's a person whose just like entire job it is to keep the closet organized and
yes.
Anna does this for some.
Hey, it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It makes me smile.
Yes, you love the organizing. And the color coordination is definitely
yeah, I know.
I feel like even though you've done, what is this, the 15th? Is this the 15th episode now?
No, it's going to be 20.
Wow.
No, it's going to be.
I didn't realize it so
closer to 20. Yeah, we're getting close to 20 now.
And I feel like I was going to say.
From 1 to 20.
People haven't even gotten to see that much of the closet yet. But like every pair of shoes is quite notable for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I think I've mentioned that for me, color coordination that helps me get ready faster, right? So that's a tip I would give to somebody organizing their closet is definitely think about the color because if you know what the color tones you're going with, then it's much easier to get ready. And sometimes it's easy to pull, from the same place for the colors that you're going.
Right. And like when you start to put together an outfit for the day or whatever, what's your piece that you start with usually? Do you usually start with one thing and then add from there, or are you thinking about the whole
shoes?
The shoes is the first thing you think of?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I really want to wear like these shoes.
I love those. I always look at those.
Which I haven't worn them yet, so.
Oh my God. They're perfect for right now. They go with the menswear.
They do. This is a suit.
Yes, that's a great
suit thing. Yeah. So, and I don't know why I just need to do it. But yes, I'll pick them and then I'll be like, okay, what am I gonna put together? And then it's probably gonna be some kind of a or two-tone suit. So maybe I'll do like dark pink and light pink, or maybe I'll do like different tones of purples, or maybe I'll mix it up with 2 different colors, right? So because with that, it's kind of like neutral. What I pulled up for people that aren't watching is like a Valentino. What would you call that? Like
it's a loafer. It's a loafer with like a boot heel, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a thick.
It's like an elevated loafer.
Exactly, and it's a very fat
little studs.
Yes, I love it.
So yeah, definitely could wear it with a lot of different colors, and pink.
And it's very neutral. Literally could wear it with really anything.
Yeah.
Could look good with actually one of those longer skirts that they're showing now too.
Yeah. Or it could look good
like
with
just
this
balloon.
Yeah, like this.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This is the thing.
Could be a really
another
cool
thing I got in Zara, and it goes with this too. So. See, things like this that are like trends, you can always buy at places like Zara, because you don't want to like spend $1,000 on a piece like this, because it's not going to be in style forever. So you can actually,
and you might not get that much use out of it.
Yeah, but if you, so that Zara is a great place for pieces that are trendy, or like a floral thing if you really want to rock the.
Oh, and you've been loving this one. The coloring looks really wonderful on you. I think when you find something that's coloring, like has the colors that really agree with your palette of tone, it's like
I guess pink agrees with me, but I was told that it didn't, because I did one of those like color tests and pink was not anywhere near it. But I still think I like I can do pink or blue.
Yeah. I mean, blue is great for you with your eyes for sure. I love when you look do the powder blues a lot.
Yeah, I like blues. That's actually not the powder blue, but like this kind of like
a cobalt kind of?
Yeah, that's Anna's like the color, I guess, of the year. That's what I saw. Where are you going this summer?
I mean, New York's always on the agenda for us, obviously, during the summer. I'm going to go to the Berkshires and probably we'll do the Hamptons and Manhattan a little bit, but we'll see. And no definite plans right now. My significant other does not like to make plans, so we do things last minute, which is actually
sometimes
fun.
Sometimes really nicely. And after that, if you do make it out to the Berkshires and the Hamptons, I would like to know like the different, like it would be really interesting to see what the different trends is.
Oh, for sure,
because I'm sure they're very different in the two spots.
1,000%.
One is like different. More like probably quite luxury, and the other one is like the loud.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that the Hamptons definitely has the whole like super preppy thing. And I think that kind of like upstate New York and the Berkshires is a little bit more of that like hippie chic kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're spending less. It just means that they're choosing a different type of style.
Exactly. There's a lot of different areas, even in Miami, where there's
it's so true. I was going to say that earlier, that I see a lot of women that I know that are like around our age with small kids. They're wearing most days like a baggy kind of like those what are they called, those barrel jeans?
Yeah,
I see those a lot.
Like this kind of shape, right? The barrel.
Yes they're well, kind of like,
because they have
this sort of, but not as fat as these ones that Anna has with all the diamond fringy. I'm talking about like a really basic light colored denim. And they're wearing like a t-shirt or a tank top or whatever. They're really like being comfortable with their kids, but I think it's still a good look,
Yeah, if you could rock those, I mean, I try.
It's a certain body type. I think it's for let's all.
I have a couple of them.
It's for a certain body.
It's not for everybody though,
For sure.
I don't think you should wear them. But
she tells it like it. But
Well, I mean, as I said, doesn't make me look better. I feel like it makes me look worse. But I'll wear it just because of the trend. But like once the trend is gone, I'll definitely get rid of it because I won't do it again.
Right, and you have to. I think you have to really
be
wear
super skinny and like no.
And you have to
all.
wear a shirt that is very fitted with it, or else it's just
or you wear a shirt like this. You know, it could be that, or you could just wear a top, or a bikini top.
Right.
Yes. Which is very common here.
Yeah, that's like...
Or like a workout thing from Aloe.
A workout thing from Aloe is probably... that's what I see more than anything here in Miami. And I will say...
That store is so busy all the time. It's crazy.
Yes,
and now it's
definitely Aloe right now. And I just heard that they're going to be opening their own gym on Lincoln Road, actually.
Oh,
so, yeah, these kind of like active wear, leisure wear.
Yeah, but that's really how they build
are getting into gyms now. Yeah.
So they can really get
It's the same way Louis Vuitton and Dior are bringing in restaurants.
Yeah.
Oh, and they just announced the other day, Louis Vuitton, that they just started a chef's collective. So this kind of was like how we were talking about on the last time that we were together. I wonder if they'll do more of that, and they have. Now they're going to be doing it worldwide.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to that. Thank you so much for tuning in to the I Want Her Shoes podcast. This was
amazing to be here.
It was so great to have you, Nicole, here. And don't forget to subscribe and follow on your favorite platform. Share it with your fabulous friends. And also, don't forget to wear your story, because that's what it really is about. And actually, it was Chef Nicole that came up with this little tagline, because it really represents what we're talking about here, because it really does matter about what you wear, because it really tells the world who you are.
1,000%. Wear your story and wear what makes you feel good.
And we'll see you back here next week, and stay fabulous.
Stay fabulous. Bye, guys.